What's up, everybody? Welcome back. It's Chup otiye versus Negative for the ESL India Premiership, brought to you by Nordwind Gaming. I'm CloudX. I'm going to be watching this match. I'm going to be solo casting it for you guys as well, as Chup otiye is on the dire side and Negative on the Radiant. For those of you that have been following this team, we actually saw Chup otiye in round 1 going up against Stiffmeisters. They came out ahead in that matchup, and the winner of this particular match will move on to face Power Gaming, if I'm not mistaken. So yep, their next opponents will be extremely difficult. This will be their proving grounds to prove that they are indeed the worthy ones to make it forward. So Batrider Disruptor getting first picked up here by the dire side. They've banned out the Beastmaster and the Earth Spirit. Thank God for Earth Spirit bans. That hero just cannot be nerfed enough. Negative, meanwhile, they'll ban out the Doom and the Tide Hunter while picking up the Invoker as the first pick and Vengeful Spirit as the second one. So they're still relying on the Invoker as one of their go-to heroes. Despite the fact that Invoker got a few nerfs, he does seem to still be viable on the Indian circuit at least. Both teams have plenty of time on their reserve clocks here. A good 2 minutes for the dire side, with about a minute and 59 seconds for Negative. Lycan's gonna get banned out, so they don't want to deal with any pushes coming out here. Although I do feel like Disruptor and Batrider are good enough tools to deal with Lycan. Negative does have that Vengeful Spirit for that swap to disjoint the lasso from Bat, so it kind of works against them. Right, so as the draft continues, we'll see Negative banning out two 1-position heroes here. They'll eliminate the Gyrocopter as well as the Anti-Mage. So not a fan of the Anti-Mage ban. I mean, it's a hero that's very situational and extremely greedy, really, because when teams run an Anti-Mage, one of the best ways to shut him down is to run an offensive tri-lane against him and delay that Battle Fury, possibly even forcing him in towards a first item Vanguard. Chup otiye, though, they'll get the Phoenix for themselves. I like this pickup, Phoenix, with the Sunray early on. He's been proven to be quite the nuisance, especially in the laning phase. While Slark's been banned out by them, so we're expecting Negative to be looking for an unconventional carry of their own. Sven, however, is still in the pool and is a very tempting option at the moment for both sides. If Negative wants something to deal with the Phoenix Supernova, they could always go with the Ursa. That overpower with those with the increased attack speed helps to bring down that Phoenix egg. Negative, meanwhile, they've opted to go with the Void instead, so now they've got synergy with the Void and the Invoker. The tried and tested Sunstrike into the Chronosphere duo that allows the Void to go hunting as soon as he hits level 6. A 132nd on the Chronosphere cooldown, though, doesn't really help his case, but it does mean that every now and then he's going to get a confirmed kill on at least one hero, and he'll preferably be looking for cores on the side of Chup otiye. 2 minutes on the board here. Chup otiye, what did they go with? 4th pick for them. They're still looking for a 1-position hero and a 1-position and a mid hero. As far as mids go, there's still quite a few options that can deal with the Invoker. The Queen of Pain, the Puck. In fact, I do like the Puck this game. Having that added bit of control with the Dream Coil thrown down, with the Supernova coming through as well. It does seem like a good way to approach this game. Alternatively, they could go for something a bit tanky. Maybe the Dragon Knight, put him on the front lines while using the Batrider to start the fights on their terms. Plenty of options still available, though. And Chup otiye will take their time here, boiling it down bit by bit. 55 seconds for their 4th pick here. They haven't made up their minds just yet. But what do they go for, really? I mean, the Sven does seem like a viable option here, but Sven can be controlled up with that Faceless Void Chronosphere. Also, the Invoker does help to dance circles around the Sven. As far as middle lane options go, we spoke about the Puck, but the Queen of Pain and DK are viable as well. If they want to go for something unconventional, or rather something a little more straight up countery, They could go with the Phantom Lancer as the mid pick. Phantom Lancer pretty much decimates the Invoker at mid. It's something that MVP Phoenix actually pulled out of their hats at the Shanghai Major, and ever since then you've seen Phantom Lancer mid making some sort of a comeback here in the meta. But it looks like the Dire will be picking up the Lifestealer for themselves. Negative responds with an immediate Medusa pickup, so not going to be the most fun time for this Lifestealer. But Medusa and Void is pretty disgusting. It's plenty of control on the battlefield. The cooldown on Stone Gaze, it's not the longest either, just 90 seconds, and they'll have it back online soon enough. But does Chup OTA really have enough to deal with this now? Because they do have the Batrider for the lasso initiation on Medusa, but Venge needs to be on her toes to make sure that the Medusa doesn't get caught off guard and pulled away. Because if they lose their Medusa early on in the fight, Negative could be in a very sticky situation, and now the anti-mage ban does make a lot more sense as well. So Pock will be the ban coming out from Negative, while we do see the Bounty Hunter removed by Chup OTA. Negative, what did they go with as their last and final pick? They need a secondary support, and Lion hasn't been banned out just yet. Lion wouldn't be a bad choice actually, but as an alternative, they could go with the Silencer. But then they're really going to be banking on long cooldowns on their ultimates, and that'll allow Chup OTA with a lot of timing windows where they can make plays of their own, possibly under cover of a Smoke of Deceit. Chup OTA though, with the last pick on the board, if they wanted to, they could pick up the Storm Spirit again. We've seen Storm Spirit making some sort of a comeback in Sinji with that Lifestealer. The Infest Bomb can never really be counted out. But I'm still a fan of the Phantom Lancer here. While Medusa versus Lancer is pretty much... it's a matchup that could go either way, because Medusa does have the Split Shot and the Stone Gaze to deal with illusions, but Lancer, with the Diffusal Blade, if he can kite around the Stone Gaze and stay alive, while his teammates don't suffer too many casualties, they could always come back in and burn down that mana shield with the Diffusal. Well, a full minute on the clock here. Negative thinking this through. Their last pickup should be a secondary support, and I'm still willing to bet it's going to be either a Lion or a Silencer. If they want to play defensive though, the Oracle is an option. So is the Dazzle, I guess. Not the most conventional one. Dazzle's actually fallen off a little bit of late, but they could always go back for him. Oh, they'll go with the Omni Knight. So it is the defensive support. It's one that could work well versus the Lifestealer. Now they've got plenty of tools with the Guardian Angel as well as the Purification to help keep that Medusa alive. But as things stand, Chup OTA, they do have that Batrider, and now if Medusa wasn't enough of a priority target, Omni Knight could be another one on that capture list with that Flaming Lasso. Zeus will be the fifth and final pickup though for Kiko from Chup OTA. And with that, they'll round out their lineup with a whole bunch of magic burst damage coming out as their final pick. We're seeing a Zeus versus Invoker matchup at mid. Possibly a Medusa Vengeful and an Omni Knight tri-lane in the safe lane with a Void on the off lane. As for Chup OTA, pretty standard stuff. Phoenix and Disrupt are going to be the supports, while Lifestealer will be the core on the one position role with Batrider on the off lane. So for those of you just tuning in, it's the ESL India Premiership. I'm CloudX. This tournament is powered by Nodwin Gaming, and we're watching Chup OTA on the Dire side up against Negative on the Radiant. We'll start with the introductions, as Gabriel will be handling the Invoker. You've got Ruffle Lol on the Void, Number of the Beast on the Medusa. Q3 will be playing the Vengeful Spirit, and the Baby Knight on the Omni Knight. On the other side, you've got CRO, Saxo Beast on the Phoenix. You've got Double A playing the Lifestealer. Kiko will be handling that Zeus. Kenisha on the Batrider, and NS on the Disruptor. So CRO immediately moving out of their base, moving towards the bottom side of the map. So they're looking to find first blood by the looks of it. They do have plenty of tools at their disposal to make it work as well. Not too many lockdowns. They'll have the Glimpse if NS chooses to skill it up for now. But barring the Glimpse, they don't really have too much. I'd assume that the Lifestealer will put the point into open wounds, if at all they want to get started here with the slow. Okay, looks like there seems to be a little bit of bad blood here among both teams because negative. Okay, they're flaming themselves now. Yeah, I kind of agree there. I mean, he didn't have to get so worked up about it, sorry. Talon pause. Yeah, looks like they're lagging a little bit. Hopefully, things will settle down for themselves. CRO, meanwhile, what is the game plan here for them? I'm trying to think. They've actually got good initiation with the bat. They've got good counter initiation with the Phoenix. Maybe we could even see the infest into the Phoenix Icarus dive bomb. You could also have the Batrider getting infested in, so there's plenty of ways for the Lifestealer to enter the fight without actually being scouted out while he runs in. He started off with the Quelling Blade, so he is looking to hunker down and start farming towards the mid and late game phase. That's when the Lifestealer really gets power spike, when he gets the Armlet and Phase Boots online. He's got the damage, the HP and the mobility to dive straight past towers and find pickoffs on solo offlaners. But with the Void in the offlane, that's going to be a bit of a tall order. As Number of the Beast, will he get scouted out here? He has been spotted, double A. He's going to walk in now. They've got the open wounds. Can they catch up to the Medusa? They've got more movement speed than a 315 on the Lifestealer. The static field will come through as well now with the Sunray burning him down. Medusa's forced to skill up the mana shield, but it's not going to be enough as double A even body blocks him a bit as Batrider scores first blood. Give me a moment, guys. Looks like my audio settings might be a little messed up. Game sounds seem to have gone a bit too low. Meanwhile, Kiko and NS is hanging around that middle lane for now. Kiko, he's up to well, he's gonna be up on his own high ground now. He's got just level 1.5. This game's just barely gotten underway, but the D-Ward is gonna come out here as Vengeful will drop the sentry and take away Kiko's high ground advantage here versus that Invoker. So it's a good start for Negative so far. Fairly decent, as we'll see another pause coming out. This time from the Dire, so it looks like they're gonna have some lag issues as well. Alright, we've got a disconnect coming out from CRO, but maybe they're gonna come back right. Oh, they've got 1000 ping. That's definitely not playable for CRO. They might want to do something about that before this game actually gets underway properly. Double A on the Lifestealer. Just barely getting started here. He's got 1 CS. He's up against the Void. This is a matchup that I think the Void's going to be a little... he's going to have to be careful about, no doubt. Because once the Disruptor gets the glimpse, there's a lot of opportunities to score kills on the Void. If the Lifestealer runs at him, gets some damage done, Void time walks away and gets pulled right back with a glimpse. That should be a dead Void. Wow. 900 MS. Apparently on one of them. That's absolutely impossible. How on earth are they still playing? Really, that 900 MS is not even... Forget about playable. You can barely even move your hero in the game. Pros don't care about pings, it seems. Of course they do. Winner plays Power Gaming. Yep, Arrow's got that one right. You definitely need to make sure that you've got your ping issue sorted out, because that is a team, in my opinion, they're the favorites to actually make it straight through this bracket and win the first Starter Cup. There are a lot of good teams though in the bracket. There's Power Gaming, there's Chapati Slayers from Sri Lanka, and then you've got some really good teams from India as well, such as Beyond Infinity, Invisible Wings, Roar eSports that are trying to make a comeback. And from Pakistan, you've got Team Envy as well. So there's a lot of competition here for Starter Cup number 1. But the way the ESL India Premiership format has been laid out, it allows for, I believe, 8 teams to make it to the first Challenger Cup. So that means you've got 2 teams per Starter Cup qualifying. There's 3 Starter Cups before the first Challenger. And you've got 1 open qualifier, and then you'll have 1 invited team. So that's a total of 8 teams that will join the first Challenger. And of course, the team that qualifies from either of the any one of the Starter Cups cannot play again for the prize money in the second one, which means that the competition does reduce as each Starter Cup, as each progressive Starter Cup gets underway. Jesus. Okay, looks like there's a lot of trash talk going on. Easy win was called out by the Invoker, and that does not fly well with Kenny Shah. I'm sure there's something about there's got to be some rules about trash talking in all chatting, right? Because from what I understand, you're not allowed to really all chat in competitive matches unless it's for a reason. Friendly banter once in a while is okay, I guess. This seems like it's getting a little out of hand here. You can definitely see tensions rising as Gabriel is trying to tilt his opponents here. Like it's getting a little out of hand here. Number of the Beast. He's actually started with a Quelling Blade on Medusa. That's very underwhelming, I have to say. I can't really see the value in this. I mean, range heroes with Quelling Blades, not the most effective. You get a little bit of extra damage versus the creeps, but you'd rather just get the Wraith Band and be a little more survivable with that added bit of damage. Unless this is going to be an Iron Talon Medusa. Again, not as effective on range heroes as it is on melee heroes. Number of the Beast, though, he probably knows what he's doing. As we'll find out if that Quelling Blade will actually help him get a snowball start here. CRO, though, they've got a 5-man disconnect. They're still lagging quite a bit. And they did call out that they're restarting their internet, so hopefully that should fix the issue. But yep, we feel your pain, boys. We know how nasty it can be to have crappy internet connections, especially when you're trying to do something important like play a tournament match or cast a tournament match for that matter. Right, Arrow says the pings are looking good now. Hopefully the restart has fixed these issues, as we should be getting on the way once again. Okay, the resume's gonna come out. Just 1 kill so far, the first blood in the jungle on that Medusa. As Baby Knight and Q3 will start moving back bottom. This has given Saxo Beast, though, some time to keep free farming here on his Phoenix. He's up to level 2, so it's not that support Phoenix as I was expecting. Instead, it's going to be a straight up jungle Batrider. So they're playing this very greedy for CRO, but their greed could pay off if this Batrider is not contested in the jungle. Farming with Batrider, though, a little less efficient than it was a few patches ago. I believe creeps now have a lot more magic immunity. And if I'm not mistaken, there was also a nerf to the Firefly where it does less damage to neutral creeps, but I may be mistaken. No, I don't think it was a direct nerf to the Batrider. It was just a nerf to the jungle, a buff to the jungle creeps, where they got a bit more magic resistance. Invoker, meanwhile, he's doing a fine job at middle lane. He's at 9 and 2 CS, up against the 6 on the Zeus. But Zeus has his bottle online, which means he can start spamming out those arc lightnings, pushing out the wave, and getting the runes for himself. It's almost the 2-minute mark, so we should see Kiko heading towards the rune. But Gabriel does have a Fault Spirit ready if he wants to send it up top to try and get the deny on the rune. Kiko, yeah, there's no point in really trying to attempt a deny versus an Invoker plus a Fault Spirit. He's probably not going to get it. Phoenix does manage to get the bounty rune at bottom, which will leave Kiko with the ever so yummy regeneration rune up top. He's going to be smacking his lips as he bottles that one up and saves it for later use, I would assume. Courier even flies out with boots for the Zeus, so he probably should be... Yeah, I don't think he's going to be going down in this lane anymore. Gabriel shouldn't be able to find a kill on him. Ruffle all. How's he doing on this Void? 7 CS for him now. Double A and an S. Could be looking to find a kill on him sometime soon. But it's a fairly passive start so far. Just that one kill. Nothing over and above it just yet. Number of the Beast will pound away on the tier 1 tower. Saxo Beast. Does he... Is there really a kill possibility on him here? Because with the Icarus dive, he should be able to get away from that magic missile in time. It's really hard to clip him midway through the dive because I believe the projectile's travel speed on the magic missile is a lot slower than the Icarus dive speed. Unfortunately, no information about that has been given in the tooltip for either of these two spells actually. But both teams just content at continuing to farm here. Racking up the CS and the net worth. Gabriel, he's getting really close to that Midas with 20 CS in the bank. That should give him the much needed snowball start that he'll be looking for. Kiko has expended his regen rune and his bottle charges as well, but the rune's about to respawn in another 10 seconds. No real worries for him. While Batrider, he's up to 1000 gold and level 3 in the jungle, so he's doing a fine job for himself. Continuing to keep farming as his Blink Dagger isn't looking too far off either. He's also got double clarity potions, so he's going to be able to continue his sustenance in the jungle here. On Baby Knight, on pop a self repel, he even gets the boots along with the wind lace now to kite around that Phoenix in the lane and get a few hits off on him as well. Awful all. Still not going to be taken. A Radiant structures were actually fortified there, so I'm guessing that was a misplay coming out from one of them. There was no reason to pop the fortification there. However, I don't think that CRO can really push any of these towers just yet. Maybe the top lane can get a little bit of momentum, but the Void, knowing that he's in 2-on-1 situation where the Batrider is more than likely not going to rotate in, he can afford to play greedy and offensively here. He's got a whole bunch of consumables at the ready. He started with the Poor Man Shield, which means that the Disruptor's auto attacks won't do as much damage. But the Thunderstrike damage cannot be ignored really, and it's really hard to backtrack that given that it's multiple instances of damage over a duration of 6 seconds. Another pause coming out from the bat. Looks like they are indeed lagging quite a bit. A very uneventful start here for both sides. Maybe it's a server issue coming out there because Baby Nat says they're lagging as well. Yeah, both teams with packet loss. Either it's an ISP routing issue or the servers are actually going potato for this particular match. Void does not want to reschedule. Arrow Gaming, he's left the decision to... I said Arrow Gaming. Arrow, the admin, has left the decision up to Negative by the looks of it. And Negative says, no sir, we want to play today. CRO, meanwhile, trying to get the reschedule sorted out as they continue to fix out their lag issues. $850 MS, what the hell? That's just unplayable. It's completely unplayable. CRO should not even be trying if they're on 850 MS. India once again, folks. If only we could have stable internet that pings well to the Dota servers and the Twitch servers, Indian esports would be growing by leaps and bounds. I honestly believe that. And of course there's the attitude problem. If everyone would just fix their attitudes, focus on playing some good Dota and stick to a disciplined schedule, you'll have a lot more top tier teams coming out. But it is happening though. The attitude problem does seem like it's fixed. We're seeing a lot of teams taking their Dota and their esports very seriously, given the amount of opportunities that tournament organizers are now starting to put forward in front of teams. It'll take a little bit of maturity and discipline from teams to actually rise to the occasion, use these opportunities to get better, and start making a mark on the international scene while adding a whole lot more viewers and fans to Indian esports. That's the only way that Indian esports will continue to grow, and will grow at a faster rate. As tournament organizers, as casters, as content creators, there's only so much that we can do, guys. Teams need to use these opportunities and take it to the next level. But when the internet goes ham on you like this, and when the internet pretty much gives you the finger, I can understand that their motivation does get wrecked. We're gonna try resuming once again. Looks like Negative has issues. They've got work and whatnot, which is why they can't reschedule. CRO looks like they're gonna be playing on lag, as Phase Boots will be finished up on Medusa. Actually, a smoke's been popped here. Medusa is under cover of that smoke, while Baby Knight and Q3 will use this smoke to try and make a play at mid. At the same time, you've got NS coming in on Gabriel. He does have the glimpse, and he's been tagged here with the Thunderstrike, but no glimpse used. As Zeus will play defensively, Q3 and Baby Knight. The smoke gank will fail right now. CRO, looks like there was a missed call coming out from Mr. Saxo Beast at bottom, so it's pretty much a giveaway that a gank was coming mid. But Kiko's getting run down now by Gabriel, who's got the repel on him. That's a dead Zeus from the high ground. Gabriel and the Force Spirit will punch him to death with a gold snap thrown on him as well. So that's the first death for CRO. Negative puts themselves back on the board here with that one. Life Sealer, however, continues to assert his dominance up top. He's got the Midas online, so indeed he is looking to get fat and get fat fast. Mr. Saxo Beast, he's almost at level 6 as an offlane Phoenix, and this is just 6 minutes in, so no real attempts have been made to shut him down. He's being careful not to walk out for fear of getting tagged by that Mystic Snake and possibly even brought down, while the Tranquil Boots will heal him up. He'll continue to leech EXP under his tier 1 tower, so not a complete loss for him, but at the same time you've got the Midas finished up on Gabriel and in good timing as well, 7 minutes in. Speaking of timing windows, let's have a look at that Batrider. We're looking at approximately a 10 odd minute blink tagger for him. He's also going to be able to get this stack cleaned up along with this one camp of neutrals, which should bring him a little bit closer to it. He's going for the naked blink tagger though. No boots of speed picked up either, so that's gonna mean his mobility will be stunted just a little bit, but not the worst situation in the world for him. As long as he can get the blink dagger, he can always go back for the boots eventually. Looks like Life Stealer went down to a Sunstrike up top here. Void, he did drop down the Chronosphere. Apologies for missing that kill, guys, while NS will take a hit from the Void, and that's about it. But a big blow delivered by Negative. They do manage to bring down the free farming Midas Life Stealer. His Midas it's off cooldown as well, so that's a lot more time shaved off that he could be efficiently farming. But speaking of efficiency, Baby Knight and Q3 though, their rotations are not finding anything in the middle lane. Well, Phoenix will continue to get some space on this bottom side to leech up EXP. Negative, Number of the Beast is also continuously pushing in the creep wave and getting some damage done on this tier 1 tower. So Mr. Saxo Beast, he's gonna have to make the most of this opportunity, get as many levels as he can, and then try and make a rotation for his teammates, putting that supernova to good use. In the jungle though, you've got Gabriel going on the hunt looking for Kenny Shah, but his Furblog will be still in the way. He's really close to that blink dagger though, so he does not want to really fight this. Yeah, he's gonna back away, and now he can buy the blink dagger. NS though, not gonna be as fortunate. Maybe he is actually. He's gonna deny himself to the neutral, so they do manage to waste some of Gabriel's time. However, it is a disruptor going down, delaying his progression in terms of levels and gold. Well, Batrider picks up the blink, double A. He's getting pinged out, but he'll salve up just in case a Sunstrike was heading his way. Invoker not heading back to the middle lane just yet. Zeus is here as well, as the Venge is rotating up top too. You've got a TP coming out from the Disruptor. 3 heroes on top for the Dire. Negative wants to make a play here, as Invoker will now show himself. They've got 20 seconds till the Chronosphere comes back online, so before that it's going to be really hard for them to find a kill. Kenny Shah, he's going to move up top as well. He's got the blink dagger at the ready. Yeah, he's going to TP in. They could put this early blink dagger to use, and with the element of surprise, with no swap available for the Vengeful Spirit, we could just see a kill going in favor of CRO. Firefly Needs to be used here if he wants vision. But he's choosing to just stick around. There we go. Firefly comes through. Blink in. Lasso onto Gabriel. He'll be pulled further to the side. NS drops down the Thunder Strike. Kinetic Fill's thrown. Glimpse will send him in a different direction though. Kiko gets stunned up. Gabriel, he's still alive for now. He drops down the Cold Snap. And with the Force Spirits, he should be able to bring down the Batrider for himself. While behind, Zeus finishes up on the Vengeful Spirit. A trade that does indeed favor Negative yet again. They end up losing their Venge, but it comes at the cost of a Batrider for CRO. And all the while you've got Medusa just pushing and farming bottom. She takes down this tier 1 tower comfortably, thus extending the net worth lead for Negative. They are falling behind in terms of EXP though, as Gabriel will find another kill. I missed that one on the Disruptor, apologies again, but it looks like the haste rune was the cause of that kill on him. 4 for 2, 10 minutes in. Negative looking extremely good at this moment. I'm actually surprised that CRO does have they've managed to stabilize the EXP graph. I guess that's because the Omni Knight is the one starting to fall behind on the side of Negative, while the Phoenix, as the offlaner, he's up to level 8. Also the Greed with the Batrider in the jungle has allowed him to get levels in gold as well. He's picked up a smoke now, so once that lasso is off cooldown, we should see him making another play just about now. He'll be looking to get the boots online though before he runs in again, because we saw that with the Blinken lasso, he didn't have enough movement speed to pull the Invoker far away enough. And that pretty much costed them dearly. Void, he's got the treads. He's also picked up a mask of a morbid mask, which means that the Vlads should be his item of choice, I would assume. Baby Knight moves into the pit, drops down the Observer on the cliff, but this was scouted out by the Dire Observer ward here from CRO, so they know what has been up here. NS, he doesn't have a sentry ward on him just yet, but yeah, he's not called out one on the courier either, so they won't be able to find the D ward just yet. Lots of caution pings coming out. The Omni Knight ward has seen this out. They've even seen the Ancients that have been stacked up. Although it is going to be fairly difficult for the Life Sealer to bring down the stacked Ancients this game. Life Sealer, he's got the treads, the Midas, his armlet, who will be coming online soon. Kiko, he's building towards the Veil first, so no Ether Lens rush coming up from him. I do prefer the Ether Lens first, to hold on that there, because top lane you've got double A, Chronosphered and brought down by the Invoker yet again. It's a mega kill streak for Gabriel's Invoker. He's up to level 10, getting to level 11. He's even got that Midas ready for use. The Zeus ult, it'll scout out a couple of heroes. Misses Saxo Beast though. He's gonna walk straight into the Invoker and the Omni Knight, forced to use the Icarus dive to get further away, while Vengeful Spirit actually did end up going down at the middle lane. So that's what the Zeus ult was for, to score a kill on the Venge. But again, it's a support traded off on the side of Negative, eventually leading to a kill on the one position Life Sealer. Not a trade that CRO will want to take yet again. Gabriel, does he go for a Blink Dagger rush this game, or will he be building towards that Aghanim Scepter? He is close to the secret shop. Yep, he's going to pick up the point booster, so we're seeing an Aghanim's rush coming out from him. This is probably one of those games where he gets the Aghanim Scepter a lot sooner than needed. He did get the drums and the Midas online in some great timing though, but this rotation's been scouted out. Do they have a Batrider in the vicinity? Turns out they don't. And NS, despite having 3 points in the glimpse, cannot think of making a play here on Gabriel. We're going to see a possible smoke here. No, we're not actually. Well, there's only a smoke on the Batrider, who's moved himself up top. He did get the Tranquil Boots online. NS, he's hoping for a pick off with the glimpse there, but they've spotted out that Invis rune pick up from Q3 on his Venge. And all the while you've just got Medusa doing her thing. She's at 5,500 net worth, and despite having free farm here, she started to fall behind the Life Sealer. He's got 2 deaths to his name, but the Midas is really helping him stay ahead of the curve here. Medusa not farming as efficiently as she would have liked, and she's got no points in the split shot, so her farm rate is a little slower than she would like as well. Add to that the fact that she's only got regenerative items to help keep her alive. This means that CRO won't be falling as far behind as Negative would have expected. It's just a 500 EXP lead for Negative and a 2000 net worth lead for them. Not insurmountable by any stretch of the imagination here for CRO. If they play their cards right, we could see this game turning yet again, as Kenny Shah will be under cover of a smoke as the Batrider. They do reveal the smoke on the Invoker. They'll blink forward. Chronosphere comes through. Zeus with the ult. Void taking a beating inside the Chronosphere. He'll be forced to back away, while NS looks like he's going to be able to drop down the Static Storm and a 3-man kinetic field. Make it a 2-1 actually, as he gets a double kill on the Venge and the Void. Invoker trying to fight back here. Throws the Sunstrike. Does not connect. Mr. Saxo Beast with the Supernova. Does manage to zone out some of Negative's heroes as well, as the Mystic Snake will not do enough damage. That fight going fairly okay for CRO. They managed to get the kill on the Venge as well as the Void. They end up sacrificing just their support Disruptor. So signs of a comeback for them, while the Life Sealer wasn't even a part of that engagement. He continues to free farm mid, and indeed he is catching up in terms of net worth to the Invoker. But recognizing that most of CRO's big spells are on cooldown, the Baby Knight and co will start pummeling away on the tier 1 tower at top. But with the Batrider and the Phoenix, the double bird squad will try and slow this down. The Firefly along with those Fire Spirits doing some work. Even the Sunray thrown down to help heal up the Bat, but the tower goes down eventually, as the Omni Knight will get the money for it. All 5 heroes now from Negative grouping up at this top side. They really want to find a kill, and they're committing a lot for it. In fact, Void comes up here without having the Chronosphere. And this is again space created for AA. Well, here we go. Baby Knight caught with the kinetic field. It's just going to be enough for NS and Kenny Shah to back away. So defensive spells being thrown down. CRO doesn't sacrifice any more kills. An inefficient movement from Negative. We'll see the Life Sealer continue to rack up the net worth and the CS. You've got NS waltzing around here as a Disruptor, hoping to find a kill. Hoping to find an initiation actually. He could get the glimpse off on Gabriel as he starts to back away. That's a level 3 glimpse right now. So the range is pretty darn huge. But this tower is going to go down. The deny will come through, and Life Sealer will be the one to deny that tower. So a little less money going into the Negative coffers. Mr. Saxo Beast uses this time to get his own Midas. He'll start racking up the levels, and every single level on that Supernova will help him to get a bit more survivable in the upcoming team fights. Ancient stacks getting pinged out by Negative. I wonder though, can any of these teams really bring down these Ancients? Lifestealer looks like he's gonna try with the Armlet. No, he's just gonna try and stack it yet again. Yeah, he's just gonna farm it actually. So I guess if he kites back and forward, he can take this down. It's going to be painfully slow, but for now, it's just bait, because they'll blow up the Vengeful Spirit before she can react. Kenny Shah's got the Haste Rune. This is just perfect coming out for them. Firefly, will they try for a blind kill on Gabriel? The bolt will be thrown down and earn a glimpse. They'll bring him into the kinetic field, and with the Thunderstrike, that is indeed going to be a dead Invoker. A double kill for Kiko Zeus, and a big play made there by Negative, finding a pick off on the snowballing Invoker. They're going to move straight into the Roshan pit as well. They should be able to claim this Aegis for themselves. So we're definitely seeing a comeback being made here by CRO. Negative getting picked off time and again. We're seeing the graphs tilt back in their favor as well. CRO, can they fight back and go all the way here? Because they've still got a Medusa to plow straight through, who by the way has finished up a full Lincoln Sphere, making her fairly immune to the Batrider for now. But at the same time, they've got plenty of single target spells from the Zeus and the Disruptor to trigger that Lincolns before the Bat jumps in. Roshan will not be contested. I don't even think Negative knows that this is happening. They've got no Observer Wards watching the Rosh pit. They've got an Observer Ward placed down towards the south side here, but I don't think that should have given vision inside the pit. And yep, Roshan claimed by the Life Sealer. Life Sealer, he's got a Mithril Hammer already picked up, so we should see a Desolator finished up for him soon. Well, Phoenix, he's up to level 11, so that level 2 Supernova is now a tool that they can use as well. While CRO might be racking up some money, the tier 1 towers still stand for Negative, which means that they do have a bit more map control. Now Void even picks up the Blink Tiger before the Vlad, so initiation is no longer an issue for them either. Negative could definitely make some big plays here. If CRO gets caught off guard, they could find themselves getting heavily punished. Meanwhile in the jungle, Baby Knight, he'll drop down a sentry on the cliff. This will scout out the dire observer ward, as Gabriel will come in and de-ward it. So this is what they should be doing. Map control once again towards the top half of the map as they pressure another tier 2 tower. This ought to force out a CRO rotation, but it looks like AA is going for the Maelstrom this game, so it's not going to be the Desolator for the Life Sealer. Unconventional, but it could work. Kenny Shah got to get infested in. The Life Sealer inside the Batrider's belly. They're going on the hunt. They do have a smoke available as well. However, the Force Staff is not online for the Batrider just yet, so mobility could be an issue. You've got an Omni Knight backing up a Medusa with a Lincoln Sphere at bottom. They'll pop a smoke with NS as well. So 3 heroes now moving bottom. Omni Knight feeling a little more confident about that Medusa in the lane as the repel was thrown down on a repel now times out. Uh-oh, Number of the Beast. He's way too far out here. They could jump him. NS needs to trigger the Lincolns first. They'll start with the Disruptor. They'll trigger the Lincolns. The repel gets thrown down. AA decides he's going for Baby Knight instead. Here comes the Disruptor with the Static Storm and the Kinetic Field thrown down. But the Stone Gaze along with the Guardian Angel keeps them alive. The Zeus though with the Thunder Gaussrat gets the kill on the Omni Knight. Q3 is going to be next on the hit list. He'll be brought down with a Thunderbolt from Kiko. It's a double kill for the Zeus, and despite Negative's best efforts to turn this around, they haven't gotten enough. 3-man Chronosphere comes out along with the Deafening Blast and the Meteor. They've managed to get themselves 2 kills. Both the Phoenix and the Disruptor go down, but the Life Stealer is still doing work here. He needs to make a run for it. Batrider, not going to be as fortunate. He'll be brought down. It's a double kill for Gabriel, and now AA is on the run. Kiko has no more mana to work with. He needs to run for himself as well. The Aegis triggered from the Life Stealer, and it looks like round 2 might not be successful for AA as well. He does have the Rage, pops it, shrugs off the Ice Wall damage and slow. He's gone in onto Gabriel. He's actually playing aggressive Dota here. Phoenix comes in. His Supernova, it's a little too far behind, and that should be painful for CRO. A decisive blow delivered here by Negative indeed. 22 minutes in, the score still 9 for 9. But Negative does come out ahead in that last fight, giving them a slight curve back upwards as far as both the net worth and EXP graphs go. Gabriel and Baby Knight still marching forward. Number of the Beast standing on the front lines. He's picked up the Mithril Hammer for himself. So I'm guessing it's going to be a Maelstrom into Mjolnir for this Medusa. Unless we're going to see a straight up BKB, which doesn't seem like the ideal choice for her. Thanks. CRO though, clearly on the receiving end of most of these blows. Is Kenny Shah in vision here for the Radiant side? No, they don't see the Batrider who's just TP'd in. But I know that you can hear TP scrolls in Fog of War. If Negative is playing with sound, they might have heard that TP coming in. Alright, looks like the resume will come out. Hopefully CROs fix their lag. Let's see if they can make a counterplay on the back of this. Infest, not available for the Life Stealer for now. 40 seconds to go till they get it. Kenny Shah is still poised and ready to jump in. They're gonna go in. Lasso will not be used. He actually jumped back with that Blink Tiger. So they're just using the Firefly to buy time for now. But that's not gonna stop a repelled Medusa and 2 False Spirits from doing some more chip damage on the tier 2. Negative are still prepped, ready to try and make something happen here. So he'll come back in for round 2. Kanisha, 15 seconds till he gets the Firefly. Does CRO just sack this tower? Does seem like the right thing to do, really. They're gonna try for deny on it, and they will get it. Saxo Beast will deny the tower. So that's the real drawback with Negative's lineup. Without the Chronosphere, they really don't have any tools to start the fights on their terms. They could send Avenge running in for the swap, but then that basically means they've got no more tools for the Batrider. Omni Knight, he's actually taken quite the beating. Even the Ancient stack's going to be stolen away here by the Negative squad. So CRO, just everything going against them here. It looks like Negative are just contented throwing salt into CRO's wounds. But even so, the lead is not insurmountable. It's just one team fight that separates both these two teams, and a big one taken by CRO could turn the tides in their favor again. You can never really count out the damage output that a Life Stealer brings to the table, not to mention the Zeus, who is one of the strongest magic damage cores in the game. With that Veil of Discord, he's going to be blowing straight through the Omni Knight and the Venge, or whoever isn't repelled for that matter. And if Negative whiffs some of their big spells like the Chronosphere or the Stone Gaze, they'll find themselves just scrambling to make a retreat. Medusa opted to get the Maelstrom this game. A little confusing, to be honest, because ideally you'd want to go for the Maelstrom if you're going for the all-out DPS build. But this is sort of a blend of both. You get the Skadi. Ideally you'd want to get the Skadi or the Manta after the Lincoln Sphere, just for that extra survivability, because at this point most of the damage is coming from the Invoker and a little bit from the Void. Medusa is really just there to soak up whatever damage CRO can throw at them and to start the fight on their own terms. But bottom tier 1 tower goes down for free. Negative unable to deny it. A little more gold going towards CRO's heroes, some much needed gold in fact, as Zeus is building towards an Aghanim Scepter. So to hell with mobility, he says. He's just going raw damage. Smoke spin popped, Fireflies used. They'll use the lasso. No, they're not going to use the lasso. The Guardian Angel comes out from Baby Knight. He'll get blown up anyway, with the Zeus blowing him to bits. Gabriel, he's under cover of the invisibility, but he is on the left side. He's got the Ghost Walk going for himself, but he's been scattered out now. He's going to blink further down south. As Kanisha, will he be able to catch on to him? It doesn't matter because the Glimpse will bring him back. The TP gets cancelled by the Thunderbolt as Life Stealer just sinks his claws into him and brings down the Invoker. A 2-0 trade. The Guardian Angel even expanded. CRO, that's the one big fight we were talking about. They find 2 quick pickoffs. Negative just does not get in position to defend that. Even though the Void had 2 TPs on him, he chose not to come bottom and try and defend his allies. Questionable plays coming out from them. They really shouldn't be moving out unless they're a 5-man unit. And every time they've got their cooldowns, they should be going on the hunt, hoping to find pickoffs and hoping to take successful team fights. This will give CRO a little more breathing room as the graphs are now tilting back in their favor. They're looking to take a tier 2 tower, and then they'll probably look to get Roshan and the Aegis for themselves as well. Batrider, remember, he still has the lasso and he is on the hunt here as he'll fly over the sidelines. There's caution pings coming out. He'll jump forward anyway. He uses... No, he doesn't use the lasso. Instead, just using the 4-star. Swap takes out the Batrider from the Chronosphere, while Q3 will be left for dead inside. Supernova catching on everyone. The Static Storm from the Disruptors there as well. Phoenix will get the kill on the Omni Knight behind, while Number of the Beast goes down to the Life Stealer. CRO, they're doing it against all odds here. As Raffle Lol, he's going to be the next casualty on the hit list. They will be able to bring him down here. NS does have the Glimpse available in 4 seconds time. The Kinetic Field again catching on to Gabriel. He could be going down here yet again. The Glimpse will even bring back the Void into reach, within reach of double A, but ooh, they're not going to be able to finish the job here. Maybe they are. One more hit along with that sticky napalm does finish the job. Kiko even takes a Sunstrike under the tier 2 tower, but he will not die, as everyone escapes on a sliver of HP from CRO. They get multiple kills on the side of Negative. They do not get the tier 2 tower, as Invoker is now coming back to play for round 2. CRO, they'll not overstep their boundaries though. They're willing to just back away and they're happy with what they've gotten. They've taken the lead now, 15-9, 27 minutes in. The graph just pretty much bungee jumping here at this point, going heavily in favor of the Dire. I think that is what we classify as a bit of a throw coming out from Negative. Invoker. He's actually going back for the Yules now after the Aghanim Scepter. I've got to say, this is a little confusing for me. I'd expect him to go for some bigger items, possibly the Scythe of Vice, maybe the Octarine Core even. Or heck, if he even feels confident enough, a Refresher Orb. They need him to capitalize on the damage output, AoE damage for that matter, when the Void drops down a multiple hero Chronosphere, but the Yules, it's more of a single target pick-off item for him. And I'm not sure it's the best way to go to this game, although it is the tool that they'll use to kite around the Life Sealer yet again. But Life Sealer, for that matter, is getting huge. He's almost got a full Assault Cuirass finished up on him, opting not to finish the Mjolnir first, the Maelstrom just helping him to accelerate his farm rate with those Chain Lightning procs. Batrider, meanwhile, he's picked up a Robe of Magi, so I'm confused about what he's picking up next. Possibly the Drums for bonus movement speed, or maybe... Well, actually, Drums no longer requires the Robe of Magi, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it no longer requires the Robe of Magi, my mistake. Possibly a Diffusal Blade, actually. They do need one to deal with the Repel, and Batrider, as good as any hero to pick up utility items like the Blade. "29 minutes in, and CRO are showing signs of life here, making a comeback from the depths of hell with crappy internet. Baby Knight and Number of the Beast, they'll stick around at mid. Alacrity and Repel thrown on this Medusa, so much being invested into her to make plays. The Life Sealer still hits like a truck at this point. And if he gets his claws on any of these heroes and they can't kite around him, that's going to be at least one easy pick off for them. Assault Cuirass now finished up, making him a lot more survivable, adding armor to himself and his teammates to deal with some of the physical damage coming out from that Medusa. Uh-oh, Invoker. He could be in trouble here. He does get a 2-man Deafening Blast and a Meteor off, but Kiko's not going to die, as the life steal from the open wounds helps him to heal back up, and yep, that's a dead Invoker. Again, we were talking about the Yules and the solo pick-off potential. If he can't manage to find a kill with that Yules Meteor Deafening Blast Sunstrike combo, he is pretty much a goner here. As with the Invoker on the sidelines now, they'll find the D-Ward on the cliff, and they'll even get themselves the Aegis on the back of that Roshan takedown. They're grouping up for a smoke by the looks of it. They do want to contest this rush even without the Invoker, and that could be disastrous for them. Remember, they do have the Supernova along with the Static Storm, even the Lasso available. Smoke will be dispelled as the repelled Medusa will be walking forward. Chronosphere catches on just the Life Stealer, but there's a defensive disruptor throwing down that Static Storm and Kinetic Field along with the Supernova on the backlines. This is looking perfect for CRO. Phoenix gets the kill on the Omni Knight. Stonegaze gets triggered, but Kenny Shah gets the Lasso off on the Medusa, preventing her from doing any further damage, as she'll go down to Kiko, who gets himself a godlike spree. Once again, no casualties on the side of Negative as they score a 3-man kill, and will continue to take down Roshan with that Life Sealer. Sunstrike, oh, it's gonna get shared, so the damage not enough to bring down the Life Sealer, but they will heal back up with the Urn, the Armlet, and the Sunray. Now the open wounds on Roshan as well. They'll get this Aegis, and there's nothing that Negative can do about it. Invoker, he's gonna try a cheeky play here, but he's not gonna be cheeky enough. Alright, so Kenisha, he's almost got the Diffusal Blade finished up. I do feel like he's going to be playing a crucial role in this game now with that Diffusal finished up to deal with the Omni Knight Repel on the Medusa. It'll make Medusa a bit of a sitting duck in these fights. While CRO, they've got so much damage coming out now. They've got that Zeus who is just getting huge. A Veil, an Ether Lens, and an Aghanim Scepter. Just pressing that Thunder God's Wrath is going to decimate Negative here. And once he gets level 16 as well, that's going to be extremely painful. This is Saxo Beast. What has he gotten for himself on the Phoenix? He's finished up a full Shivers Guard, so more armor to deal with the number of the beast and his physical DPS. He's opted to get the Mjolnir finished up. He's got some attack speed to work with, but it's kind of counterintuitive because the lightning procs do not work in well, they don't really work in the stone gaze because that's magic damage. So while the attack speed does benefit you, the lightning procs will not. But it does add another deterrent to initiate on the Medusa when she's got a Linkens, a Repel, a Mjolnir shield, and an Alacrity thrown on her. Middle lane, oh, the Infest Bomb, not successful. They tried to jump Gabriel, but he was quick on his fingers to blink away to safety. 34 minutes in, CRO still on the hunt. They've got the lasso available to work with. And the Aegis is online for the Life Stealer too. He's got another 2500 gold in the bank. I'm assuming he's going to finish up that Maelstrom or possibly go back for an Abyssal Blade. He's picked up something. Yeah, he's going to finish that Mjolnir. Meanwhile, Dire uses a scan to spot out possible smoke rotations coming their way. As they should be looking to pop a smoke of their own. They do have one on the Phoenix at the moment. Mr. Saxo Beast, he's walked straight into the jungle. He should be scouted out here. Q3. Yeah, they see each other and they will back away. Meanwhile, NS looking for the D ward, but he's gonna get swapped in. He should be losing his life here. He'll get stunned up. Lots of damage. Static Storm thrown down as he goes down. Zeus with the ult though brings down the Omni Knight. They'll repel up the Venge, but they'll lasso her into a Chronosphere drone thrown down by Raffle. Lol. Life Stealer. He's got his eyes set on one of them. He'll bring down the Venge and then he turns around looking for number of the beast who's popped the Stone Gaze and is looking to do some work. It's 2 down on the side of Negative while 1's gone down for CRO. They're looking for more now. Double A. Can he continue chasing here? The EMP will thwart the aggression from CRO, sending them back towards the tier 1 at mid, which by the way still stands for the Radiant side. And it's just free money at this point for the Life Stealer. So again, CRO delivering a decisive blow, getting an objective on the back of that as well. And they are looking for more. He's got the Aegis as he's moving forward. Open Wound slow comes down. This time there's no Stone Gaze available. The damage, the Supernova's thrown as well. The Guardian Angel is not in range and Baby Knight, he's gonna lose his life to the Phoenix as well. Invoker doing what he can, throws down an EMP from behind, but again, it's not enough. With the Medusa down for 57 seconds, the Guardian Angel offline for another 130 seconds. Omni Knight not gonna respawn for 24. CRO could well consider going up onto the high ground, but instead, they'll take the tier 2 and they'll be content as they'll ping up the top side. Still has a whole bunch of towers to be taken down. Double A. Looking for more. He smells blood in the water with 2400 net worth attributed to his name, or rather 2400 gold attributed to his name and 19,000 net worth on this Life Stealer. So no new items before they make another play. They'll infest into the hasted Batrider, who's now on the hunt. Gabriel, he's been pinged out. He could be going down here. They'll find him. Do they jump him? Yep, they will. Infest. He comes right out and finishes the job on the Life Stealer before the Omni Knight can get in range. Now, Omni Knight, he's probably going to fear for his own life as well. He's going to try and TP out. But nope, the damage output is way too much in the fountain there. So again, 2 on the sidelines for Negative. As Kenisha asks Arrow to ping him. So I'm guessing they're still playing on like 900 ms. Oh wow, they're playing on 1000 ms. This is ridiculous. They're winning while playing on 1000 ms. Is that even possible? Negative should be... I mean, they're probably feeling really bad about this. Oh, there we go. He had to call it out. 1k. Me maar raha hai. Oh no. That's just... That's just mean. We talked about throwing salt into people's wounds. CRO is doing exactly that now towards Negative. Come on, guys, manner up. Well, CRO look like they want to get this game done and over with. They've got an opportunity to go high ground now. Double A will lead the charge. Fortification is used. Rage as well. They're gonna be forced back for. He's crossed that level 16 mark, which means his supernova takes a good 13 attacks to be brought down. It means everyone from negative is gonna have to turn their attention towards that egg once it's been dropped. And that'll create a lot of space for the Life Stealer to maneuver around and the Disruptor to drop down some of his spells. Speaking of Disruptor, it looks like he's getting close to that Aghanim Scepter. He's got a Point Pusa and an Ogre Club picked up for now. So not only is he going to have that Axe, he's also getting a bit more tanky with a good 1500 HP added to his name. Venge, no significant progress. She's at level 9 and just 1100 net worth attributed to her name as well. Well, it's the Omni Knight is pretty much in a similar situation. They've just been on ward duty for the most part, and Venge has really been suffering this game. She's basically a free frag at this point. All Zeus has to do is drop one Lightning Bolt and one Thunder God's Wrath, and that's a dead Vengeful Spirit right there. And there's really no sense in repelling the Vengeful, right? Her job is to basically disjoint lassos, and we're yet to see her use a swap even once to cancel out that lasso initiation. But hey, we'll continue the onslaught at top lane. Looks like the Lifestealer has spent his money on something. It will indeed be an Abyssal Blade, as he's just a Vitality booster away from it. And he's gonna have the money for it soon enough as well. Kenisha up onto the high ground with the rest of the CRO cavalry. This will force back rotations from negative. Batrider, he's gone all the way forward here. Venge is gonna come back in. They'll manage to force staff back. Chronosphere comes down, catches only the Batrider. Well, Kenisha, he's actually outside the Chronosphere as well. He's lassoed up the Void for now. Static Storm and Kinetic Field thrown down by the Disruptor along with the Supernova. Voids hit the deck. The Glimpse will bring back Baby Knight, who'll be going down next. It's 3 on the sidelines for negative, and it's going to be the first lane of Raxes secured here by CRO. Abyssal Blade even completed by Double A. Invoker doing what he can. Mr. Saxo Beast will go back. They've lost a tier 3 of their own as Medusa was attempting to rat this one out. But her efforts will be stopped here by both the birdies, as they've lost themselves a set of Raxes on the Radiant side. Invoker is down to about half HP. That was a Veil and a Bolt, I believe, that brought him down to half. He really needs to be watching himself. Number of the Beast though, he's still going to work on these Raxes. Looks like there's no TPs available on any of these heroes on the side of CRO, so it could be a bit of a mistake coming out from them. Stone Gaze gets used. Number of Beast just wants the Raxes, nothing more. And he wants to secure his retreat once he gets the Raxes, but he's running out of mana soon. Kenisha, he's got the lasso available. He's out of mana now to TP, and it looks like Number of the Beast will be forfeiting his life in lieu of those Raxes. Sunray doing the work here, and then Zeus with the ult secures the kill, while Batrider is able to get back out. He's beyond godlike now, this Zeus. His score is looking insane. He's 13, 1 and 15. Kiko is being a complete boss for his teammates. They did lose the Raxes, but it comes at a heavy price. Negative loses their Medusa. And big items are now being picked up. You've got a Refresher finished up on Mr. Saxo Beast, as if one Supernova wasn't doing enough work. He's got 2 at the ready now. On Lifestealer's had that Abyssal Blade for a while now. Batrider has the Diffusal and another 4600 gold in the bank. So we should see a BKB perhaps being picked up on him. Well, the Zeus has an Octarine core now online along with the Boots of Travels. He's pretty much capping out now with just one more slot left, possibly for a Scythe of Vice. Another pause comes out from CRO. They really are going to use all 25 minutes of their pause time like this, aren't they? They're actually winning with 1000 MS. If they do end up winning this game after all, and they do face off against Power Gaming, I really hope that they manage to fix their lag and ping issues. Roshan is back online as well, so they could get the Aegis before moving into the pit again. Double A. I think it's time he got rid of that Midas in lieu of an Aegis. Roshan has been spotted, and that's exactly what CRO will look to do. You know, once they get the Aegis on this life stealer, I fear for negative safety. He has gotten rid of the Midas, so this will be a life stealer holding on to the Aegis, while the cheese should possibly be held onto by Kiko Zeus. Yeah, he's consumed the mango, so it'll definitely be him that holds on to it. Negative is grouping up like they want to pop a smoke. They will pop the smoke, but they're going to reach the Rosh pit a little too late. And we already see Kanisha prepping to jump in. He's been spotted out by a Radiant Observer ward though, so they can get the jump on him. Gabriel, he's got the repel thrown down on him. Kanisha, they know where he is. The smoke's been dispelled. Roshan's gone down. Kanisha's got the flying vision. Now he'll jump in. He gets the void. He manages to force stuff further away, but the swap and the stun disjoints the lasso this time around. Aegis picked up on the life stealer. He's moving forward with a vengeance. Meanwhile, behind, you've got Disruptor throwing down his spells. Invoker makes a run for it. He does get the kill on the Disruptor after all. While the fight is still going on the front lines, they've got the Diffusal Blade thrown down. Guardian Angel used as well. Raffle lol though, taking a beating. Supernova is completely off point. I think we can attribute that to Pink, but Life Stealer and Phoenix have still done work. It's a double kill for the Phoenix. Both Omni Knight and the Vengeful have dropped to his hands, and our Number of the Beast is next on the hit list, and he's going nowhere either. Double kill for, well, not a double, it's a beyond godlike streak extended for the Zeus. Invoker, the only one alive, is gonna back away, and I really fear for the rest of this game if Negative can even hold their high ground. This should be another set of Raxes. Yeah, that's some real bad mouthing coming out from Double A, and that should not go unpunished really. I mean, lag is not an issue really. But yeah, there's a lot of bad mouthing and bad blood coming out here. I think some sort of corrective action needs to be taken. But either way, I think the fate of this game has been determined, as CRO look like the victors. They're now fountain diving past. They've got another lane of Raxes, and they should be looking to clean up the last set of Raxes of this game for Negative. Negative's pretty much given up. Yeah, I'm not a fan of this trash talking. It's really unprofessional. From both sides, actually. I get that they're hyped up, that they're winning in lag and whatnot, but that's really not professional. I think your victory speaks for itself. But anyway, Double A, he's the raid boss now. He'll bring down the Void, and he continues to go to work on the rest of them. The Bash from the Abyssal Blade, the Lifesteal continues to stack up. Looks like he's finally going to lose that Aegis, but it's just death number one. Even a buyback comes out from the Void. Does have the Chronosphere available if they want to trap that Life Stealer in place. They'll drop the Chrono. It catches on 3. It's a good one. But they're fighting versus Mega Creeps now, as Mr. Saxo Beast is not even going to die. He still has the Refresher Orb and the Supernova at the ready. Zeus does his thing, brings down the Void. There's a Supernova in the fountain now, and we should see another one coming out soon as well. They can't even break the first one. Refresher Orb used. Fire Spirit's thrown down.